Hey everyone, this is Amy with Pretty Presets, and I am going to make a video for this particular image, mainly because not only will it be a good image to edit, but I also see some really easy cloning that can, or not cloning, but we can get rid of the fence right here, which is a super easy job. So we are going to, I just downloaded the image, and so I'm going to go into my develop panel here, and I am going to go up to tools, hit spot removal, and I'm going to go this way and then down just a tad, and let's see, it looks like it moved it from over here, and I'm going to have it feather out more. If you choose to have your feathering on this end, you'll notice that where it's coming to the end of the spot removal, it's really harsh. But as you go up further and further to 100, see how it makes it more soft? So that's what the feathering does. And we don't want it to look like this because then it's super obvious that we did something to it. And we want it to look like this is totally natural. Like we didn't do anything to it. So we're gonna let it stay right there. And then we're going to do a few more of those along these lines right here. You're going to find my attention being a little bit diverted because it is summer vacation and I do have children home right now, and I want a glass of water with some ice in it, and I'm wondering if anybody can get me some.
Yes, master.
Oh, it seems that one of my people picked up on my cue. So, okay, so where did the, yes, I would like some ice on that. Okay, so it looks like I want to get rid of this section here, but it took it from this section over here. Well, this section over here already has some part of the fence in it, so that's not going to work for me. So what we do is we move the section that it's going to replace it with to another part that doesn't have all of that in it. Look, I got water. Gotta love my kids being at home.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ty. So we're gonna go ahead and go like that. I know we've got part of his head in it, so we'll have to take care of that separately. So now we'll come over here and we'll just kind of go like that. That's gonna be, see, that's super easy to fix. So now we'll go back up this way and we'll go like that. And we're going to do the rest of these in kind of smaller chunks, just so we can get all of them, and it will be easier. See how it's easier to do that in a smaller chunk right there? Okay, and we'll go over here, and we'll go up. Over there. Now we're going to go up. Okay. Up. Okay, where's our... When it's super light like this, it's hard to see like where it's getting the information from, so it looks like it's right here. So, okay, so now we're going to come this way, and I don't want it to have anything else in it, so we're actually going to make this a little bit, so the difference now is when it's over here and it's feathered, it's too feathered right here, or I could just take this and just bring it down a little bit, that will work. We're still going to bring this over so it's a little bit harder and covers it up more. Okay, so we're going to keep doing that all along this fence here. So we don't want this to replace this because it's pretty much the same exact thing. So we'll go like that. certainly don't want his head replacing anything. And I'm going to change the feathering on that just so it doesn't look the same all the way through. And then we'll have this one here. And that is going to be fine for right there. What I want to do though is get this little part that's up closer to his face. So we'll go right there, and okay, where did I take it from? Right here. Let's see what that looks like. I'm not too thrilled with how that looks right there. So we're going to work on that a little bit more. Can move it over just a little bit. We don't want it touching his head, but I'm okay if there's a little bit of space in there. I know some of this kind of doesn't, it may not look right, but you'll see what I'm doing, and then you'll go, oh, okay. Okay, so that's good for now. Now we're going to come over here and just do that. And that's perfect. That looks good just like that. Okay, now what I want to do is, see how over here you can't really see any of the fence because it has this all growing up over it. But over here you can see part of it. And then we've got this line that goes across right here, so I really don't want to see that. So what we're going to do is I am going to make this here into one big something that looks like it came from this side over here. But we know the truth, huh? Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself when I'm having to do these edits, where it's something that takes a little bit longer. See how low we can get that. Okay, I'm going to leave it right there. And I'm going to close that now and see where I really need to do some work, like right here. So what gets hard sometimes is doing finding a spot where you can grab onto to make it different when it's already got so many of the little pins everywhere. So sometimes I think that that's a little bit tricky.
Hey Dad, can we?
So instead I'm going to come up a little bit like this, and I'm going to close that right there. So I think that looks better right there. We don't have our fence anymore, and I think I'm going to put another little spot right there just so it doesn't look like a dip. Just make it go higher. Bring this over here. There. Right there. That looks perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. So now we don't have to worry about the fence because that was really distracting. So now we can focus on the images with this little guy. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to, let me see what this looks like. Maybe we'll go down. Come on a plane there. I'm going to end up using one of these ones down here. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, should we make it matte base? We'll do a hazy. Add some haze to it. And we'll add some more color to it. And then I think we'll add some more light. Let's go with this light instead. Okay. And then let's see about our blues. We've got some good blues going on in here because we've got this right here, and then we've got some blues in his clothes. So let's add some blues. And we've got our greens, so let's add a little bit more green to that. And then we're going to add some more highlights. Okay, I like that. So let's add a little bit of contrast, and then we're going to add this right here. Actually, okay, there we go. And you can still see that he's got that tint on his hair, but that's okay because we're gonna take care of that. And one brush that I have found lately that I absolutely love, and it will go along really nicely. This was the Color Luxe set that I just used, and one brush that I have found, somebody used it in I want to say it was Erin Walker that used it. She used it on an image with some ducks or something, and then she used it again, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know about that brush. And since then I have found myself using it a little bit more, and it's the Grit brush. When you use it on something like this, it just kind of has this really cool effect. It just makes something that should be rough. So it looks like we've got like I can't tell if it's a dirt road or a gravel road, but it just looks really cool when you use this brush on it. So this has become a favorite of mine recently, and I really like that, actually, just the way that it is. It looks like it's, you know, got a nice color to it, so I'm going to leave it just the way it is. And I'm going to come down here, and actually I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to sharpen it a bit, and then I am going to, I know I have a color cast for yellows going on. Let me see if I can find that one. Color cast fix yellows. Well, I don't really want that happening because it takes away a lot of the yellow. So this is where our handy dandy brushes come in, and we're going to use a brush on that now to reduce the yellow. I know that there is, let's try this one and see what happens here. That's not working out too well. That's the correct skin brush. I don't really like how that's looking. So I'm going to undo that. So let's see if we use our yellow. This is how I normally take color out of the skin that shouldn't be there, is I will take the saturation down just a little bit and the luminance to the right a little bit. So with that happening, actually, you know what we'll do? We will use one of our filters here. So let's go down here to, let's go to sunlight, and we can go across like this, and then we'll go across again on this side, and then we've got the sunlight back in there that we wanted, and I'm just checking out something. I'm noticing that I think the file size is really small because I see a lot of this going on around, and I don't have things things aren't too crazy on my end. So anyways, so that is what I would do with this picture. Let's do kind of a before and after. I also did something on my screen with my before and afters where I can't seem to do it like I once was able to. So I've had to go and do it this funky way. So let's put it up there and see what they look like before. So that's what it looked like before, and that's what it looks like now. So I like it. I think it looks better. It obviously has a better pop. It has more color to it, and I think that it looks really natural. I especially like that we were able to take that fence out. And when it comes to taking something like that out, it's just a matter of being patient. I mean, you can see, I started sitting back like this when we did it, and now I'm like all up in my monitor like this, because it just takes a little bit of patience in editing something like that. And then, just going in and knowing how you want the colors to look. And so hopefully you learned something new today and you're ready to go out and make yourself something pretty. Thanks for watching today, guys.